day, you're watching ISTV English News at 7. This is Lanchame Gome, bringing you the top developing stories of the state. Here's the news headlines. Communal ideology will never bring development in state, says Chief Minister Ain Biren at the inaugurations of 11 state-level Pineapple Festival at Khao Sabung. Army's personal plea at Supreme Court challenge fake encounter cases is unconstitutional, says Senior Advocate of Supreme Court Dr. Colin Gonsalves. Manipur University Students' Union begins fresh stir. Volunteers attempt to storm Professor A.P. Pandey's quarters at Sanzentong. Narcotics and affairs of border arrest commando officers along with contraband heroin. Let's start with the top stories. Chief Minister Ain Biren has asserted that communal ideology would never bring development in the state and everyone must think of oneness. Chief Minister was speaking at the inaugurations of 11th state-level Manipur Pineapple Festival 2018 organized by Manipur Pineapple Festival Committee at Khao Sabung DCC headquarters under Henglep subdivision in Churachandpur district. Minister of Horticulture T.H. Syamkumar, Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports Lepau Haukip, Chairman of Hill Affairs Committee T.T. Haukip, Ministers of Agriculture V. Hangkhalian, MLA of Moirang P. Sarat Chandra, Chairman of Manireda Ginswang Hao, MLA Chaltolian Amo and many officials attended inaugural functions of the festival. Senior Advocate of Supreme Court Dr. Colin Gonsalves stated that Army personnel's plea at Supreme Court challenging fake encounter cases is unconstitutional. He was speaking exclusively to our Delhi correspondent Rojesh Saram. Dr. Colin Gonsalves, who is not only the Director of Human Rights Law Network of India but also Senior Advocate of Supreme Court, further said Chief of Indian Army should look into the matter.
The Army has specific regulations relating to the filing of cases. I can understand service matters going to court, that's permissible. But I doubt if it is permissible without the permission of the Chief of Army Staff. I doubt it is permissible that 300 officers can go and tell the Supreme Court that your judgments are wrong. And that is exactly what they done. To my mind, this is mutiny. This is mutiny against the Army. This is mutiny against the Constitution of India. And it should never have been allowed. And the Chief of Army Staff should take action immediately that officers are not permitted to carry out such acts. The Chief of Army Staff agrees that they are not supposed to file this petition in the Supreme Court. Then the question to be asked is, has the Chief of Army Staff asked them to withdraw their petition? There is no point telling the press that it is wrong for them to do it and then keep quiet, because that is not acceptable. As the Chief of Army Staff, you have a right to order your people to back down and withdraw the case.
Dr. Colin Gonsalves asserted that fake encounter is cold-blooded murder which cannot be considered as public service. Fake encounter has nothing to do with the public duty of the Army and therefore no sanction for prosecution is necessary.
Sanction only in cases where your act, the act of the Army person, right, is in pursuance of a public duty. It does not cover fake encounters. Fake encounters where you kill a person in custody have nothing to do with the public duty of the Army, and therefore no sanction is necessary. In fact, the CBI Director has informed the court that sanction is not necessary because this was not public duty. Cold-blooded murder is not public duty, therefore sanction for prosecution is not necessary. I don't know, I am very worried. Because out of 1,000 cases, you just have 4 or 5 cases going on. That's very worrying. Better than nothing, but very worrying.
Manipur University Students' Union began fresh stir demanding removal of Professor A.P. Pandey and suspension of Professor M. Syamkeso. Volunteers of MUSU also burned effigies of the 2 professors in front of MUGET today. MUSU denounced the order of suspension of VC in charge Professor W. Vishwanath and Registrar in Charge Professor Doreen Rigid issued by Professor M. Shyamkeso yesterday that had caused confusion and hindered the academic process of the university. MUSU also locked the office of Professor M. Shyamkeso, located at the Center of Advanced Studies in Life Science. General Secretary of MUSU, L. Kennedy, said the confusion created by Professor A.P. Pandey and Professor M. Shyamkeso has spoiled the preparations for exams. He demanded that the Ministry of Human Resources Development should dismiss both of them immediately and added that MUSU would continue the stir unless they are removed. Later, volunteers of MUSU attempted to storm the quarters of Professor A.P. Pandey located at Sanzentong. Major scuffles broke out between police and agitating students. Police also picked up some volunteers of MUSU and whisked them away. In the meantime, Justice Kotisor termed the writ petition filed by Professor A.P. Pandey as complicacy case and referred to a larger bench terming under Chapter 5A, Rule 2, Clause D of Guwahati Court. Narcotics and Affairs of Border, NAB, arrested a commando officer along with contraband heroin. According to information received by ISTV News, the commando officer is believed to be on duty either at Moreh or Technopole. His rank is also believed to be an ASI or SI. He was found carrying heroin number 4 inside a soap cab from Moreh and handed it over to another person. Following the tip-off, the commando officer was arrested by NAPT. The arrested person has been identified as Rosand of Imphal Airport Road. A team of NAP officials raided his residence yesterday. Investigation is going on to identify whether Rosand is actually involved in the incident. On the other hand, in connections with the incident, police have picked up Jan Khan and Chongboy of Moreh Ward number 8 for further interrogation. However, the officials have not disclosed the actual report of the incident to the media persons as of yet. Communist Party of India Marxism CPIM demanded intervention of MHRD in the fresh MU crisis and dismissal of Professor A.P. Pandey. Addressing a press meet held at the office of the party on Governor Road, Secretary K. Santa said opening of office by Professor A.P. Pandey at his quarters is unfortunate. He asked if BJP was indulging in some vested activities in MU like that of JNU, where students' leaders were threatened and arrested, and inductions of RSS members to carry out their whims. K. Santa also added that Central Committee of the party would be intimated regarding the fresh MU crisis.
सरकारना अखोई याम सेक्शन यंगदना मांग नतबा अखोई यूनिवर्सिटी असिगी अनौ बीसीएम खन बायबजे हौजि तंगाई फदबा लाए अन मार्क सुटी पितोपगी महुत मार्क से सस्पेंड तरोगा डिसमिस तौदना अतोप मसक नाइबा भारत की एकाडेमिशियन अमा भारत की खनबा भारत की चाखोनबई खनबा अदुगा मणिपुरी खनबा अदुगा मणिपुर मसक खंबा अदुगा नुपा अमना एकाडेमिशियन अमना अखोई प्रोफेसर अमना अखोई मणिपुर यूनिवर्सिटी Vice Chancellor Ohenba Haibase Akoina Akoigi Pomokjeri.
Chairman and Managing Director of Salai Groups of Companies, Narengbam Samarjit, has sat at a crude oil refinery plant of his company situated at the food park under the Ministry of Food Processing. Government of India in Nalbari district of Assam is ready for operations and productions of refined oil and awaiting approval of the Prime Minister to inaugurate it. During an inspection visit by a team of media persons along with the chairman and managing director, other officials of the company, representatives of China unit of the company, economic advisor to the company, Miroslav, and others investors from Czechoslovakia, and representatives of Kolkata staff of the company to the refinery, which covers an area of 9,000 square meters of land. The chairman and managing director said this is the biggest refinery in the northeastern India, set up at an estimated cost of 15 crore rupees. It has a production capacity of 80 to 100 metric tons per day. Crude oils will be imported from different countries and get it refined at a plant to be exported, he said.
Any crude oil ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯂꯧꯔꯕ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯁꯤꯗ refine ꯇꯧꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ. Refine ꯇꯧꯔꯕ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯗ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯃꯔꯨꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯔꯤꯁꯦ refinery oilꯁꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯔꯤ. ꯃꯔꯝꯗꯤ ꯍꯥꯟꯅꯒꯤ ꯑꯆꯥꯊꯥꯎꯁꯤꯁꯨ pungent ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯌꯥꯛ ꯀꯟꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯄꯥꯝꯕꯁꯦ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯀꯟꯕ ꯃꯤꯠꯀ ꯀꯥꯕ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ oil ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤ refine ꯇꯧꯊꯣꯛꯑ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ India market India market Chinese partners assurance any state
Replying to a question about 3 citizens of Czechoslovakia, Samarjit said they are owners of different companies in their country. They are here to invest in various development projects not only in Manipur but also in northeastern states of India. It is not just a question of a few crore of rupee, but more than 100 billion rupees investment. Arrangements are being made to seek appointment for a meeting with Chief Minister N. Biren as well, he said. On the other hand, plans for setting up of a dairy plant, poultry, beer, distillery and hydropower plants are also being considered, Samarjit added.
So, when a beer plant, and a high beer market other beer non-alcoholic beer, alcoholic beer. Each and every season organism organism 6 months 6 months more than 2 lakhs of hectares machine lease lobony lomi sindegi owner sindegi lease lobony we pigani adu plan ama beer plan ama poultry plan ama atopa hydro plan ama.
Policy of the government of India under the aegis of UCM. Sit-ins were staged at Morangkhom, Yaiskul, Yumnam Lekai, Singzamai, Kakwa and Thongju. Protesters denounced divisive policy of India, possible extension of Article 371A or similar act in Manipur. JC against cold-blooded murder of G. Jiteshwar Sharma, PH Satish, Prem, R.K. Ranal and PH Naubi in collaborations with various Mera Paibi organizations staged sit-in demonstration at Yumnam Kuno, Khunzao Community Hall. Placards that read, "Punish Army personnel involved," "Withdraw UPSPA 1958 from Manipur," "Investigate by CBI or SIT" were used during the protest. Vice President of Amuko, N.C. Madhuchandra said, the atrocities meted out by the army shows that people of Manipur are not considered as the citizens of India.
भारत की युवा नंगल लेरब मणिपुर मसी अदुगोंबा इंडियन आर्मी या थाजल लकांदा दमदम सिगी मियाम से पोलिबा अपोजिशन होरे की बखादा मिसम फनिंग मतम फावन पी लेके आई महन बिबा अदम पुनमक से एकोई सी बार बासी अमोइना भारत ने ट्रीट तौदे हाइबनी अशमाइना भारत ना कोई भारत बासी अमोइना ट्रीट तौदरो मतम सिदा कयाम कुइना कोई भारत बासी ने हाई की गदबसी.
One-day academic discourse on plastic pollutions, effects and solutions was held at State Guest House in Sanzentong, organized by Democratic Students Alliance of Manipur, DESAM today. 8 resource persons read out papers on the effects of the use of plastics to the environment. Deputy Director of Environment Department T. Brajakumar, Vice President of DESAM and Edison were amongst those present at the opening event of the discourse. Speaking on the occasion, Chairman of Manipur Wetland Authority Technical Committee K.H. Samungo stressed the need to keep the use of plastic in check, even though it would be impossible to completely ban the use of plastics, as there has been inseparable relations between plastics and humans. He said the conditions of Loktak Lake, the largest freshwater lake in India, is in deplorable condition because of the menace of plastics. A brainstorming session on natural resource management and rural bio-entrepreneurships in Notice was held today at the Institute of Bioresources and Sustainable Development, Takil. Speaker Y. Khemchand and Secretary of National Academy of Agricultural Science, Dr. Anil K. Singh, attended the inaugural function. Speaker Y. Khemchand said natural resources management is very much necessary for Manipur. He will take a close investigation on what can be done from his side on this matter.
Notice is a special in Manipur. Natural resources is one of the finger to build our steel.
Manipur Small Farmers Agribusiness Consortium and National Institute of Agricultural Marketing, Jaipur, jointly organized a one-day training program on marketing of horticulture producers at Youth Hostel, Kumalam Park. Joint Director of ICR Manipur, Dr. I. Megachandra, Project coordinators of Small Farmers Agribusiness Consortium, MS Khaidim, among others, attended the inaugural functions of the training program. MS Khaidim said efforts will be made to provide markets to sell farmers' producers. In connections with National Nutrition Week, a one-day seminar on optimal diet and lifestyle strategies for management of diabetes mellitus was held at Hotel Tantra at Porompat. The seminar was organized by Home Science Association Manipur on the theme Go Further with Food. Former chairpersons for Manipur State Commissions for Women, Dr. C.H. Jamani, President of the Association Anuradha, and Professor of Assam Agricultural University Jorhat Premila Dordoloy attended the seminar. Assistant Professor of Ideal Girls College, Dr. K. Bimolata, explained in detail on how diabetes originated, how to control diabetes, and the impact of diabetes in the society. Joint Higher Secondary Tribal Student Union celebrated Freshers Meet at Tribal Research Institute at Chingmairong. President of the union, Saimileng Haukip, said it is need of the hour that the unions of secondary schools join hands and work together. Officials of civil administrations of both India and Myanmar jointly paid an inspection visit on Indo-Myanmar. ADC of Moray and Bangkim, SDC Moray H. Romeo, Assam Rifle Major Animesh, DC of Tammu Town, Myanmar, Ayu Myang Thing, and other police officers took part in the inspection visit. The joint team inspected Indo-Myanmar borders areas including Moray Ward number 5. Officials of Myanmar appealed to the people not to dump solid waste in no man's land area adjacent to Moray Ward number 4. The officials resolved for a joint effort to curb smuggling of drugs between the two nations. Tammu Youth Network Myanmar donated 30 dustbins to Border Trade Chamber of Commerce today. President of Tammu Youth Network, Jo Win Nyang, President of Tamil Sangam Moray, Jalaluddin, Vice President of Gorkha Samaj Moray, Kisan Thapa were amongst those present on the occasion. Speaking to media persons, President of Tammu Women's Society, Ong Marwin, stated the dustbins were donated to keep both the nations neat and clean. The campaign of Socialist Students Union of Manipur, with an objective to encourage education for a united and developed society, which kicked off at Lamlai Higher Secondary School on June 26, was held at Hairok Higher Secondary School for the fourth time today. The Students Union donated 2 water filters to the school. Speaking on the occasion, General Secretary of the Union, Bhushan Longjam, stated that the initiative was taken advocating the ideology of Lamyanba Hijam Irabot, who took for a united society.
Hariba program asi untuk jabi maramdi bila me amira bana pamjaram badugumba manaba khunai haiba october duila makha kudung injariba socialist student union of Manipur na lai khatang tamba yadaba hongli ba malemgi mati akoi.
That's all news in details. Once again, let's start the news headlines. Communal ideology will never bring development in state, says Chief Minister Ain Biren at the inaugurations of 11th State Level Pineapple Festival at Kosa Bung. Army Army personnel's plea at Supreme Court challenging fake encounter cases is unconstitutional, says Senior Advocate of Supreme Court Dr. Colin Gonzalez. Manipur University Students' Union begins fresh stir. Volunteers attempt to storm Professor Epi Pandey's quarters at Sanjentong. Narcotics and Affairs of Borders arrests command officers along with contraband heroin. That's all we got with ICB News at 7. Thanks for joining us.